Welcome to Immigration News Channel Irfan Ashraf. This channel provides immigration news from all over the world taken from official websites, the statement of official spokesman of immigration department, and official spokesman statement of official spokesman of the government officials. In this clip, I will tell you what is the difference between the resident visa, temporary resident visa in New Zealand and permanent resident visa. You need to know these two words, the temporary resident visa and permanent resident visa. What is the distinction between these two type of the visa? How you can take temporary resident visa, we will discuss. How you can convert the temporary resident visa into the permanent resident visa, and what is the benefit of the permanent resident visa, and how any person can apply directly to the permanent resident visa from any other country, or you can apply only for the temporary resident visa. What is the skilled migration program of New Zealand? How many points are required? How you can enter in temporary resident visa? These are the discussions I will do in this clip. Very important. New Zealand, we are forgetting this country. We are always thinking about Australia. We are always thinking about Canada, United Kingdom, USA, and some people ignored a marvelous country, habitat, and the social behaviors, and the financial outputs, and mental relaxation, anxiety less situation. The calm area is the New Zealander. New Zealand are such country, Australia offered New Zealanders, if you are citizenship of New Zealand, you can become citizen of Australia as well. This is the only one country in the world. The Australia told, you come, we will give you citizenship directly, just fill up the form. If you became citizen of New Zealand, it means you became citizen of Australia automatically. So this is a great news for New Zealanders as well. So I will tell you, first of all, what is the difference between the resident permit, temporary resident permit, and the permanent resident permit. Temporary resident permit, in which the New Zealand will allow you to work for 2 years inside New Zealand, and then it can be extended up to 2 years, but after 2 years you need to apply for permanent resident visa. Once you will get the permanent resident visa, it means that you can stay for unlimited time in the New Zealand, and it will approach to permanent residency and citizenship of the New Zealand. The temporary resident permit, it is under restriction that after 2 years you need to go back to your own country, or you need to extend your visa, or you need to apply for permanent resident visa. There are specific requirement of the permanent resident visa. There are some mistakes the people do when they get the temporary resident visa and they enter the New Zealand. They don't prepare themselves for permanent resident visa, and they lead 2 years in sleep. They work on money, but they don't know the main task to get the citizenship of New Zealand. So what they do after 2 years, when they will be asked to apply for permanent citizenship of New Zealand, they don't have the documents, and they don't have the English language proof. They don't have the skills which are required for permanent residence program. So therefore there are two programs. One is a temporary resident program, one is a permanent resident program. When you are outside New Zealand, you are skilled worker, you will apply for temporary resident program. Temporary resident visa, skilled worker visa is temporary resident visa, and it requires 180 points. Your educational qualification, your age, your experience, and your IELTS band, 6.5 bands are required as a skilled workers to enter into temporary resident visa in the New Zealand. Good point I will discuss now. This is very important. Australian point system and the New Zealand point system is almost similar, but one good edge in the New Zealand point system is that they will allow you even in 39 years age. Mean that up to 29 years you got the point system benefit in Australia, but in 39 age you will not get the point system benefits in the Australia, but in New Zealand you are allowed up to 39 years age the point system benefits in the immigration, in the skilled workers. So therefore, even you are 39 age, you are very eligible for the New Zealand skilled worker. Get your IELTS bands of 6.5, which is gettable if you are practicing in speaking, writing, listening reading skills of IELTS, so it's not much difficult. And skilled workers educational qualification is also a good edge in the New Zealand. There are some qualifications which you will check from website of the New Zealand, official website of New Zealand, which don't need to be assessed by the New Zealand department. Remember, each country has educational qualification assessment authorities. NARIC in the United Kingdom, similarly in Australia also assess your educational qualification authorities before your migration. Canadian also assess your educational qualification, but New Zealand allows some qualifications which don't need to assess. So it will save your time and it will make you very eligible for the New Zealand skilled migration program. But some qualifications are to be assessed and you have to apply. The way of application is very simple, almost similar, which you apply in Australia. Expression of interest, EOI. Expression of interest, $540 you will pay, and after that you will get the invitation. You will get the invitation that you should apply for skilled worker program. That invitation means your application is being considered almost 50 to 70%. Now you need to deposit your documents. Expression of interest is very important, because if you are taking help from genuine consultant, genuine lawyer, I will give you my email, you can contact me. Your expression, your skills, your keywords which are present in your skills, your personality, character, and your motivation to work in New Zealand, and your commitment to work in the New Zealand, and your output in the New Zealand, because New Zealand don't want you. New Zealand is not in favor with you. New Zealand is in favor of your skills, because New Zealand wants something from you. No country will invite you useless. Even you are useless in your own home, your father and mother will not ask you. So these countries are taking their benefits. They are not in favor of you. They are in favor of themselves. So what you need to do, you need to fulfill all these requirements, and the keywords especially, which I will record any other clip, how to write expression of interest for different countries. When you will be able to write perfect expression of interest. Perfect expression of interest mean that expression of interest that will click the mind of the individuals who will assess your application. You will get invitation. And this is the first step to apply in skilled migration program. Once again, I will tell you, you are talking about 2-year resident program visa for New Zealand. This is not the citizenship program. This is not the citizenship program. That is the next step. And that you normally don't think that citizenship program is the same thing and you will get nationality like Australia. No, New Zealand divided immigration into the 2 segments. First, you will reach there, you will work in their companies, you will work for 2 years, then you will be eligible to apply for permanent resident program. You have 2 options in New Zealand. Number 1, you can come back. Number 2, you can apply for permanent citizenship program, but it requires preparation. That is another discussion, that what are the requirements of the permanent citizenship program, because many people came back from New Zealand. New Zealand government told you need to leave our country because you have no further future plans. Because you did not apply for permanent citizenship program, you did not apply for any other extension of the visa, extension of the work permit, and now you have no any justification to stay in the New Zealand. It was very painful act. If you are in New Zealand, you got visa of New Zealand, you are in New Zealand and you are not able to become national. And when I observed and when I got information, those people were not aware that they need to apply once again for permanent immigration citizenship program. They knew only that once we got the work permit of skilled migration, which is temporary resident visa, it's enough to stay long in New Zealand. It means they did not know the law of the New Zealand. Therefore, my dear brothers, my dear sisters, it is a 2-step process to get the nationality or citizenship of the New Zealand. When you enter New Zealand as a work permit holder and you are working in a company, the 2 works you will do. Number 1, you will work, no problem of salary. Work. Second one, prepare your application of permanent citizenship program. Get the information what they require. Similarly, in Portugal also similar things happen. You had 1 year and you did not deposit taxes. Especially English language proficiency is extremely gave trouble the people who came back from the New Zealand, because we entered from Asian countries to the New Zealand. Some companies don't need IELTS and they give them work permits as a skilled worker. They got skilled worker visa. When they got skilled worker visa, they entered New Zealand. When they entered New Zealand, they worked for 2 years. They were thinking that this is the only life and they will get salary throughout their life. After 2 years, the company is told, your contract, your agreement is over. Now you need to go back to your own country, or you need to apply for permanent citizenship program. Now they had no any type of preparation of permanent citizen program, because the main requirement of permanent citizenship program of New Zealand is English language testing system, which is almost 6.5, which I already told you. If you are not able to get, you are not eligible to get the permanent citizenship program of the New Zealand. Workers who are less qualified, they entered New Zealand because companies gave them work permit, or they gave money to the companies, whatever the status is, I will not discuss. But one thing is clear, that when you are in New Zealand, you need to pass the IELTS test well in time. Now how they will pass IELTS with 6.5 in just 1 week, 2 weeks? Because they did not prepare. You are living in English countries. Why not you start taking classes? Why you not talking with each other, and during 2 years you do 6.5 bands? Because this is the main eligibility criteria to become citizenship of the New Zealand. Then you will apply. So very important information which I am giving you now. This is a two-step process. So New Zealand, you entered, your story is not finished. This story is in a transitional phase. Finish that story and get the citizenship. I think unlucky man of the world is that if you entered New Zealand as a skilled worker and you was not able to get the citizenship of the New Zealand, you came back to your own country. The God gave you opportunity, the nature gave you opportunity, you did not utilize. So I try to explain. I would record another clip to further elaborate these skilled worker visas of New Zealand. Thank you very much. Irfan Ashraf, Immigration News.